It's a sight few get to see. This is Greece. From Mount Olympus to the Pelican Lakes. A kingdom inhabited by the big, the small, and the pushy. Untouched nature at the heart of Europe. Mountains make up more than 3/4 of the Greek mainland. These peaks reach a height of nearly 3,000 meters, where temperatures drop to -20. Down in the valley, one place never completely freezes: Lake Kakini. This is where pelicans come for the winter. There's plenty of prey to last them through to the spring. A pelican needs at least 1 kilo of fish a day. That takes cooperation with the cormorants. They dive, and pelicans scoop the frightened fish into their pouches. The cormorants snap up the fleeing survivors. Gulls fly above, waiting for the right moment to swoop for the pickings. There's plenty for all. But why not take your neighbors? It may not be that easy. And then find a perfect spot to dry off and celebrate in the sun. Dalmatian pelicans have hairy heads. That's how you recognize them. But they keep the rest of their feathers perfectly groomed and oiled for the twin tasks of swimming and flying. A pelican leaves. Winter is over. Within days, all have departed. Heavy birds need their 3-meter wingspan. They'll fly 200 kilometers westwards to higher breeding grounds, now free of ice. Beneath them, the rivers flow, bringing snow melt to the valleys. They fly over the forests of the Pindos Mountains, a last refuge for brown bears. After their hibernation, a female and her cubs are on the lookout for food. The cubs keep eye contact so as not to be left behind. Their mother keeps an eye on them too. Constantly testing for food or for the scent of others. Tree climbing isn't just a game. It can save a young bear's life. Fully grown bears can't climb trees. There's danger in the air. An adult male is nearby. If this bear encounters the family, the cubs are in danger. He could kill them. The cubs hide deep in the woods. The female is the last to leave. She surrenders the clearing to the intruder. A grass snake, emerged from hibernation, takes its first drink in many months. It seeks its prey on land and in the water. Alternating heat and cold helps regulate its body temperature. Humans have to build bridges here, where water cuts its own way through the limestone. The flight of the pelicans is nearly over. The reed beds of Lake Prespa are an ideal breeding site. By March, 1,500 pairs, the world's largest colony, have arrived to raise their young. First, it's time to repair or build their nests. It's the reeds they come for, and sometimes struggle with. The nesting island gets bigger and bigger, but it's always full. The female adds the last touches for her precious eggs. It's a tight fit in the colony. Males and females together settle down to wait. It'll be at least 30 days before the chicks are ready to hatch. A 100 kilometers to the south is the Vikos Gorge. Very narrow and up to 1,000 meters deep, it's one of the deepest gorges in the world. Embedded in its steep sides is a tree, at once familiar and very rare. The horse chestnut. The Ice Age killed this tree throughout Europe. It survived only here. humans brought it back to decorate parks and gardens. These are the last wild examples. The call of a western rock nuthatch. A male is calling for a female. But she's too busy digging for food. So he returns to some vertical hunting. The tastiest morsels are in damp crevices or under stones. And when he finds something, he brings it to her. First, she rejects the gift. And then she relents. They build clay nests in hollows in the cliff face. Architectural masterpieces. The opening is perfectly engineered. So that squeezing in expels a little unwanted dust. Now it's time for a little spring cleaning. In between shifts, there's a chance to hunt. The firebug's bright pattern signals that it's inedible. So it strolls across the rock without a care in the world. Big mistake. The nuthatch gets the bug, but he doesn't eat it. He builds with it. Mashed up, it'll harden to fill holes and cracks in the nest. Protein and chitin combine to a perfect cement. Female and male work as a team. Every now and then, time for a quick snack. This work will continue for generations. Central Greece has another world-famous rockscape. Meteora's sandstone cliffs. They raise the Meteora monasteries up to 300 meters into the sky. The monasteries were built from the 11th to the 16th centuries by monks seeking peace and security. An Egyptian vulture strolls at the foot of the cliffs. It's attracted by the remains of a sheep. But it came here to breed, in a niche in the rock wall. It needs peace and security too. There used to be 50 breeding pairs here. This is the last breeding couple. There's one other male here, but he has no partner. Sighting a passing herd of goats, the male in the nest sets out. Down below, the goats are busy remodeling the landscape. They'll eat everything and dispose of what they don't need. In this harsh landscape, dung is an essential resource. It's in demand from different quarters, for different reasons. Food, yes, but goat dung contains carotenoid, the substance that makes vultures' faces orange. And an orange face is more attractive to females, from feces to faces. And there's another winged poo predator. Someone else needs the poo just as urgently. A dung beetle. Distance is no object. Work starts straight away. First, get to the warm, soft interior. Then sculpt it into a ball. When another beetle comes along, fight for your spot. Trouble is, more are coming. A fast worker leaves. Peace again. Head down, he wheelbarrows backwards, scoffing at obstacles. A living Sisyphus. Sometimes he rolls the ball, sometimes the ball rolls him. But he's not unobserved. A Sheltopusik, a legless reptile, at 1.5 meters, Europe's longest lizard. A dung beetle would make a welcome snack. This is a European roller. It's an insect eater too. The dung beetle has found the perfect place for its stash, to eat it, store it, and lay eggs in it. Just time for one last trip to the roller's nesting hole in a clay cob wall. Pleasantly cool in summer, the clay wall offers perfect breeding conditions. Generations of birds have hammered and scooped out homes here. Including other insect hunters, like these bee-eaters. And they won't say no to a butterfly. For these acrobats, a mid-air transfer is nothing. There's a clear pecking order here. The top notch is reserved for the little owls, clever enough to claim the best view. They keep themselves to themselves. Beneath them are the jackdaws, sociable birds that like having neighbors. They're playful and clever. For them, the whole wall is a playground. They enjoy exploring in groups. One destination is the vulture's nest. The female, sitting on her eggs, has no choice but to tolerate them. Meanwhile, the solitary male vulture has also entered the pair's territory. The expectant father immediately attacks his rival. The interloper stands his ground. But the father has defended his nest and his brood for one more year. Beneath the monasteries, there lives an alien-looking creature. The Empusa is a kind of praying mantis, perfectly adapted to its surrounding. It keeps its weapons, its spiked forelegs, in perfect condition. The Empusa only eats flying insects. A bee's sting holds no fear for it. And it starts to munch from the opposite head end. A bush cricket rocks back and forth, imitating the wind in the grass. The Empusa prepares its weapons. But with a one-armed grab, The hunter becomes the hunted. The shelterpussig is still searching for prey. As the cricket rocks on, this is the cricket's threat posture, spiked arms raised, ready to attack. But scale is against it. It could have fought off a smaller enemy. This is a landscape fit for the gods. The peak of Mount Olympus, the throne of Zeus. It's formed of layers of rock forced upwards over the last 60 million years. Here, almost 3,000 meters above sea level. They say the sun only shines when the gods descend to the mortal world. Or when they return. Attracting masses of clouds and damp air, Olympus is usually shrouded in vapor and fog. On a plateau 500 meters down the mountainside, enough fresh grass and wild herbs grow to feed the rare Balkan chamois. All they will need to survive the burning Greek summer. Just 200 of this rare subspecies live in Olympus National Park. The young cavort happily in the meadows. What looks like fun is also training for life on the steep, rocky slopes of Mount Olympus. In the Pindos Mountains, two bear cubs emerge from the edge of the woods, attracted by the lush meadows. Cubs rarely appear on their own like this. If something has happened to their mother, their outlook is bleak. The two great dangers they face are human beings and adult male bears. That's a new sound to a young bear. A corn bunting loudly claiming its territory. No danger from that quarter. But every bit of experience helps. A red fox has spotted the two of them. The bears have picked up the fox's scent. Now they're less sure. Better to leave the meadow to the unknown interloper. Just like the bears, the Hermann's tortoise likes fresh, juicy greenery. For most of the year, tortoises are very laid-back creatures. But now, there's something in the air. The male has picked up the scent of a female. It's mating time. Not easy for the smaller male to keep up with the female. And if she lowers her shell, that means no. He doesn't give up. The underside of his shell, the plastron, is concave to stop him sliding off. His calls stimulate the female. The faster and higher he squeaks, the better. When she's had enough, she simply moves on. Early morning on Kirkini Lake. As soon as the sun appears, the cormorants leave for the hunt. Back in the breeding grounds, many species build their nests close together. Families await the hunter's return. If the male cormorant doesn't come back from the hunt, it means certain death for the young. The female must stay on the nest, shielding them from the sun. Even from this high vantage point, there's no sign of him. The cormorants are still gathered in their hunting flock, forcing the shoals of fish ahead of them. It was a good day's hunting, and the young can have their share. On Prespa Lake, the young Dalmatian pelicans are well on the way to adulthood. Still, their parents have to look after them. They can't hunt on their own yet. And even swimming can be a challenge. Among the tousle-headed Dalmatian pelicans, a great white pelican drifts past. They share the same nesting areas. These great white pelican chicks are just 2 weeks old. When the parental bill nears, an infant beak gapes expectantly. A semicircle of white pelicans gather to fish. They force the prey before them and scoop them into their bills. They transport them to the nest in their stomachs and then regurgitate them for their chicks. On the shore of Lake Kakini, little egrets hunt on their own, using their long, thin legs to dislodge prey from the mud. A young egret stimulates its mother to bring up its meal. But its sibling grabs it and swallows the lot. In the communal nesting area, overcrowding can cause crises. The spoonbill nest is the scene of a serious squabble. A glossy ibis has designs on their nest, and he's well armed. Normal family life is disrupted. The ibis stages a sit-in. Violence flares. The ibis chases the female spoonbill away, exposing the chicks. The spoonbill chicks stretch their necks far out of the nest to protect their heads. The chicks are defenseless and could be badly injured. The ibis doesn't let up until it's won. This is how you collect nest material. But the spoonbill father prefers a shortcut. The male and female build a new nest for their young. Before long, they're together in their new home. The tortoise is looking for a place to lay her eggs. Somewhere she can dig. Somewhere out of the sun. Her back legs scrape and shovel, making a hole where the eggs will be warm, but not too warm. Every now and then, she has a rest. Then she lays 3 to 6 hard-shelled eggs. The eggs are about the size of table tennis balls. They'll hatch in 2 to 3 months. In the dense forests of the Pindos Mountains, the mating season of the brown bears is beginning. For a whole year, males and females have had nothing to do with one another. In June, males start to seek out receptive females. Once he's found her, he won't leave her side. He plays it cool, just staying there, feeding beside her. But he's always alert for possible rivals he'll have to repel. There's little foreplay, and if they do mate, the male will not be there to raise his offspring. The mother does that alone. Greece's last umbrella pine forest is in the Peloponnese, in the southwest of the country. Once this forest covered a vast area. Now it's just a few square kilometers. The forest harbors a dark secret. This mole cricket is alive, impaled on a thorn by a woodchat shrike. No bigger than a sparrow, the shrike has a hooked beak like a bird of prey. It dismembers its still wriggling victim. That makes it easier to eat. When there's more than enough to eat, the shrike lays in supplies. These killing fields are a sign of a healthy ecosystem. Some of the prey serves as wedding gifts. Soon, they'll start building their nest. Dusk in the pine forest. A Syrian spadefoot toad awakes. It waited out the daylight hours underground. In the glow of the full moon, it sets out to hunt. Frogs and toads don't just use their eyes to see. With no muscles for swallowing, they use their eyes to push food into their stomachs. Before daybreak, the spadefoot digs its way back underground to avoid both dehydration and its enemies. At the same moment, a baby tortoise emerges from its shell. It's alone from day one, constantly coping with new situations. It's never seen an ant before, but that's just a minor irritation. But then, it meets a real monster. This Hermann's tortoise is 70 years old and weighs 1.5 kilos. The little one will need a while to catch up. So it had better start eating. Even that has to be learned. It isn't so easy getting a grip on smooth leaves. Finally, it's done it. The first meal of its life. Autumn. Greece's oldest forest is in the Rhodope Mountains, close to the northern border with Bulgaria. This forest has been spared the axe. On the cliffsides, the Balkan chamois are preparing for winter. They're building up fat reserves. They already have their warm winter coats. The kids that were born in spring are mostly weaned, but a few still want the security of their mother's milk. Chamois are real mountain specialists. Their heart and their lungs are well developed for high-altitude living. They can run at 50 kilometers an hour in the most extreme rockscapes. The power of the sun is gone. Winter takes over. The Pindos Mountains can have up to 2 meters of snow. The pelicans leave Prespa Lake. It'll soon freeze over. They'll return to their winter quarters on Kerkini Lake. Vikos Canyon is icy, cold, and quiet. Even the rock nuthatch has stopped singing. The bear cub sees his first snow. female and her young consume the last acorns, beech nuts, and chestnuts. They'll need their fat reserves in the long winter. Soon, their hibernation will begin. In their cave, deep in the wilderness of the Vicos Canyon.